Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. We've got a really special one lined up for you all today.
Yeah, this one's super interesting.
I think you're going to find it really fascinating, especially if you're like me and, enjoy a nice cup of tea every now and then.
Yeah, well, who doesn't?
Right, exactly. So today, we're going to be diving into the world of sustainable tea farming in Taiwan. Specifically, we're looking at the challenges and opportunities they face in those beautiful high mountain regions of Taiwan.
Yeah, it's such a picturesque place,
Oh,
right?
absolutely stunning. And
Yeah.
we've got some really great sources for this deep dive, too.
We
We've
do.
got a document that outlines some of the sustainability issues that these Taiwanese tea farms are facing. It was originally written in Mandarin, but we've got it all translated and ready to go.
Yes, we do. And I've got to say, some of the stuff that's in there is, well, it's pretty shocking.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like the environmental impact of conventional tea farming. That was a big one for me.
Yeah, that's definitely something that, people don't always think about, but when you take a closer look, it's actually a pretty serious issue.
All right, well, let's jump right in. So I think the best place to start is with this idea of conventional tea farming
Yeah.
and what makes it not so sustainable.
Absolutely. Well, one of the biggest problems is the heavy use of chemical pesticides. The document we have specifically names one called chlorpyrifos.
Oh, wow. Yeah, chlorpyrifos. I've heard of that one before. Isn't that
Mm.
the one that's been linked to all those problems with the bird populations?
That's the one. It's pretty nasty stuff. Not only does it harm birds and other wildlife, but it also really degrades the soil. Like we're talking serious soil degradation here.
Yikes. What does that even look like? Like degraded soil, I mean.
Well, basically, the chemicals just strip away all the nutrients and microorganisms that make soil healthy. They're left with this really compacted, dry soil. It can even start to crack.
Crack. Oh, wow. That sounds really bad.
Yeah, it's not good. The document calls it soil cracking, and it's a pretty common problem on tea farms that rely on these harsh chemical pesticides. And it's not just the soil either. You know, those chemicals, they can seep into the water supply too.
Oh, right, of course. Contaminating water sources, harming wildlife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just, wow, that's awful.
Yeah, it's a pretty grim picture.
It is. But,
Yeah.
the cool thing is this document doesn't just dwell on the negative stuff. It also presents a bunch of really hopeful solutions.
Oh, absolutely. They paint a vision for, what they call organic tea farms, and it sounds amazing. They talk about everything from improving soil health to using renewable energy.
I was just getting to that. They even talk about installing solar panels.
Exactly, using solar panels to power the tea processing facilities. I mean, how cool is that?
That's so awesome. Switching to clean energy, cutting down on fossil fuels. Like, come on, tea and solar power. That's
Yeah.
a winning combination if I've ever heard one.
Definitely. And it's not just solar. The document also talks about things like drip irrigation.
Drip irrigation. I've heard that's way more efficient than traditional methods.
It is way more efficient. It delivers water directly to the roots of the tea plants, so there's like way less waste compared to just spraying water everywhere.
I can just imagine how much water they must save.
Yeah.
Like, think about it, folks. Every cup of tea, all that water that goes into growing it.
Yeah. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is. And then, of course, there's the whole organic fertilizer thing. That's super important too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Getting rid of those chemical fertilizers is key for having healthy soil. The document specifically highlights the use of things like compost and manure.
Ah, yeah. Good old-fashioned compost and manure. Natural and effective. Way better than those synthetic fertilizers that can mess up the soil's balance.
That's right. They really emphasize that using natural fertilizers helps to replenish the soil with the nutrients that it needs. It's all about creating a healthy, sustainable ecosystem.
I love that. And it's not just about what happens on the farms themselves. The document also talks about the whole community aspect, right?
Oh, yeah. They're big on getting the whole community involved.
Like, they actually suggest things like organizing visits to organic tea farms.
Right. That would be amazing.
Imagine going on a trip, seeing how it all works firsthand. I mean, I know I'd love to do that.
Yeah, it'd be so cool. It would really help connect people to where their tea comes from, you
Yeah,
know?
totally. It would just create that awareness and foster this sense of shared responsibility. Like, hey, we're all in this together. And you know what else is cool? Sustainable tea. It usually fetches a higher price.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense, right? High
Mm.
quality, sustainably produced. People are willing to pay more for that.
Yeah, of course. And it means more stable income for the farmers. It's a win-win for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
I did want to mention one more thing from the document,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of funny, but also super effective.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
You've got these amazing slogans in there. Like,
Mm.
they're straight up advertising gold. Seriously?
Really?
Okay, so check this out. to highlight the problem with conventional tea farming they came up with. Beauty at a cost. Hidden dangers lurking in our tea fields. Like, whoa, right.
Oh, wow. That's pretty intense.
Right. And then for the solution, organic tea. They've got savoring tea, sustaining nature, embracing organic practices. It's so catchy.
I love it. It's so true, too. Those slogans really capture the essence of the whole thing.
Exactly. They're memorable, thought-provoking, like they really get the message across.
And that's what's important, right? Spreading the word, getting people to think about where their tea comes from and the impact their choices have.
So true. Okay, let's wrap this up. We've learned a lot about the hidden costs of conventional tea farming, the amazing possibilities of organic tea, and all the cool things people are doing to create a more sustainable future for tea.
And I think the biggest takeaway for our listeners today is this. What role can you play in supporting sustainable tea practices?
Yeah. It's up to all of us to make conscious choices about the tea we drink. So next time you're brewing up a cup, take a moment to think about where it came from and the impact it had on the environment and the people who grew it. It might just be the most satisfying sip you've ever had.